So welcome to our very first AWS user group AIML Kenya event. My name is Kevin Tui. I'm the user group organizer. I'm not alone. We're a team of 6, and you're going to be seeing them shortly. And they're even all here. We have Sherry Obare. She is also one of our organizers, as I'm also their lead, obviously. And we have Daniel Moringe, we have Mishek, we have Julie, we also have Rachel. So Julie is our volunteer lead, and also Rachel is our comms lead, making sure that you're getting all these comms out there. And everyone here is doing a fantastic job. We are just like a month old, like after we got approved by the AWS user groups community. And what I can say is it's amazing. Actually, I think Kenya must be the very first country to be having 3 AWS user groups in one country. We have the AWS user groups Kenya, which is based out of Nairobi. We have AWS user groups Pwani, and we now have the very first specialized AWS user group on AIML here in Kenya, the very first AIML specialized user group in Africa, but the second specialized group after cloud security, West Africa. So it's amazing to be here. It's an honor to have you all grace our inaugural event. We don't take your presence for granted. And as we go through this, please feel free to tell us where you're dialing in from, and we'll be happy to get to know. Please let us know, because myself, I'm currently dialing in out of Chuka, but currently not in Nairobi right now. But I had a very interesting, like my Saturday has been quite interesting. Had a drive all the way to Meru, then came back just to be ready for this session. And what I came to realize is, like, tech is really transforming everything. For example, I think there was a place that I was at, and they were showing how you can be able to like pick up something, and then you just go and do some self checkout or something of that sort. I know it's very common in other parts of the world, but just seeing that now taking place somewhere in this country is just amazing. So Kay, and I think if you're one of my leads, I think I'd be happy to get to see. Let me just make Sherika co-host. Do that. Please also do help me admit people on the waiting room. I don't want to stop my share so that I disable the waiting room just to do that. And today our very first session is all about AWS AI ML for transformational impact. And then again, the reason why we didn't just want to say AI ML for transformational impact is simply because we already know that AWS is not just a cloud service provider. It is an innovator. If there's anyone who has sat down and read about Amazon as a whole, the leadership principles and everything, you'll realize that many organizations really look up towards AWS. And even in the community space, we already know how vibrant the AWS community is. And we are really just blessed, not only as Africa, but also as the whole world, to be having such an amazing innovation in terms of an organization coming towards and making a difference wherever we are. Currently, we are about a group of over 200 plus members in just like a week after we made it open and made it known that we are now existing in Kenya. And I just wanted to give a snapshot. For example, this year was the year I said, if there's a transition, I'm transitioning to AIML. But I attended the AI Kenya Breakfast Summit, and it was really interesting to know that there's a lot that is happening in this space. Definitely, there's no community that can police AIML. There's no community then that can be able to say we are the beholders of this and that. That shows how AI ML has become so ubiquitous. The other day, I didn't realize that my phone, I have an Android for now. Mac iPhone guys and Mac please don't be on my case for now. And it was really interesting to see that Google Assistant has now been fully replaced by Gemini. So that means that every day I'm working with an AI model, and I tried to speak to it, and it's like, wow, this thing really understands a lot of different things. But yeah, so that is where we are. Let's move on very quite well. I'm not getting to see. I don't know whether you're seeing. Is there is there something that I hope you're seeing this? I hope you can hear me. There's something that just came up, and I don't know what it is on my screen. I'd like to know, where are you joining us from? Please let us know. Gatura said is joining us from Nairobi. What about all of us? I can see you all here. I can see Agnes, Alexander. I can see Anne, Beryl, Caroline, Christopher, Claudius, Clinton. Amazing names. Enoch, others are very familiar names. You can see Geturu, Gerald, Isaac. Julie is also here with us. Kevin Kinywa. Major, how are you? How are you, my guy? You hope you are happy to see you here. Thanks for joining us. Mother Ngendo, and Martin Kimani, Meshach, Milka, Nancy, Peter, Sylvia, Victor, the two Victors actually, Victor, Baraka, and Kangacha, and Vincent. Thank you, Sherry Jenny from Chuka, Ernest Chuka. I can see a number of my Chuka peeps are here. Excited, joining from Nairobi. Yes, Major, you're an enigma. You love to tell us how you're going to be doing these kind of things. Thank you so much for, I really look up to you. I can see Juja, I can see Nyeri, Nakuru. Nakuru is my hometown, by the way. Not born, but born in Nairobi, but raised in Nakuru. So definitely love that. Shuka, okay. Uganda, Kampala, Uganda. Thank you, Isaac. Happy to have you, my guy. Thank you so much for joining us, and like ready to also collaborate with you and make this an amazing thing in East Africa. Willie is here with us. Willie is joining us from Cape Town, South Africa, and he's going to be one of our speakers for today. And Christopher is joining us from Washington, D.C. And happy to also see you here. We met in Las Vegas last year, and it was an awesome time being together with you, together with Willie, obviously, and everyone who we were there together during reInvent. So I don't want to take too much time. Let us get into an icebreaker. This one is interesting. I just thought about this like 10 minutes before we opened the session. And I hope Julie is not going to be on my case. She's the queen of icebreakers. There was one time she ever ran an icebreaker when you were at an LX event, and I was like, what was that? Like, I can't even answer that icebreaker. But please let us know in the chat, and I'll also ask one of our leads, that is either Sherry, Julie, and whoever, to answer this also. So if you die, and God forbid you don't want you to die, and resurrect into an AI model, which one would you wish to be? Sometimes you say, like, if I die and resurrect into an animal, I'd like to be a lion or an eagle or whatever. But if it's an AI model, which one would you want to be? And it doesn't have to be an LLM. It can be any kind of thing. It can be something that generates videos or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be just a Gen AI chat, whatever. But I'd like to know in the chat. Please let us know. It's just to ease it out. And please, let's not be too formal. Actually, let's keep it laid back, because today there's nothing technical. I'm going to tell you more about how we're going to be running this user group. And I know there are things that are going to be quite like crazy when it comes to study sessions and workshops and the many different things that we're going to be doing. And sometimes the rubber is going to meet the road, because there are going to be some things that are up for grabs, like AWS credits or SWAG or whatever it is. Gaturu, which language model we want to know? And I know some would jump onto the best model that just came out the other day. And as someone puts that in the chat, Sherry, say hi to us as you also tell us what what model you'd like to be if you resurrect into an AI model or a cyborg or whatever it is.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. My
Yeah.
name is Share. I'm one of the organizers in this community, and I'm so excited about what has already started. So I'm just looking forward to us growing. I have just been I've just been thinking which AI model. So recently, I saw one of my friends ask one question to like four AI models and post their status, and I'm like, okay, so which one is would I like? Because now personally, when I'm working with them, I'll open Perplexity, open GPT, open Cloud, but I think I'll go with Cloud.
Okay, cloud. Okay. Major is saying Gemini. And I think we'll do something quite crazy. Let me just do something. Let me see. There's something just come up to my mind and I want to just see if I can do it. Let me just see if just doing something here. Okay, let me just do this and then let me just open Gemini. Just show you things. Let's put the models to our tests and just give them the icebreaker and see like if you were to die and resurrect into a human being, who would you wish to be? Maybe it says major. This is interesting. I would wish to be a person who makes a positive impact in the world. Would want to be someone who uses their talents and abilities to help others make the world a better place. I would also want to be someone who is happy and fulfilled. Oh, this is quite ideal. Ultimately, I would want to be someone who lives a life that is meaningful and purpose. I would like to make a difference in the world and leave behind a legacy that is okay. Let's ask who? Let's ask DeepSeek. Or since ChatGPT has come before DeepSeek, let's do that and let's open also DeepSeek. Chat.deepseek. They're still also wanting me to verify that I'm human. Let's see. This is interesting. Some of you are just saying Gemini. Okay, Gemini seems okay to have. Let me just ask the same question. I'm not going to type it. Let's do what Sherry just said. This is interesting. A perfect mix of curiosity, intelligence, and influence to make a real impact. Maybe a modern day polymath like Leonardo da Vinci, but in the digital age. Someone who blends science, art, and technology to push humanity forward. But what about you? Would you want to come back as yourself with all your knowledge intact? Or okay, you don't have time to have some lingos with you, ChatGPT. Let's go to DeepSeek. So I can say, I don't know, you let me know. You let me know which one seems to have made a very good case for themselves. And I think which one is that one. So Gemini, we have done ChatGPT, then DeepSeek. Why is DeepSeek not allowing me to prove that? Okay, do I need to log in? Okay, I think let me just open it from another browser that I'm already logged in. I don't want to sign up here. Don't want too much of my information out there. So if I do this, let me open it from somewhere here. Which was the other like out there? Which is the other one that you'd want me to check out? But let's just ask it then if is that the icebreaker for us? So It's not going to require me to log in. Okay, this one is logged in. So let's paste the question. So you can see it seems to be making, I wish could have added, okay, let me just do it. I should have done it again. I should have enabled the reasoning. I wouldn't have personal desires as I don't have possess. However, if I were to imagine such a scenario, I might wish to be someone who makes, they're all just cliches and what. Okay, let me just see. We've enabled reasoning. Now they're repeating it. They want a different angle. Okay, too much of reasoning, but let's just get to the answer. A bridge builder, a lifelong learner, an unsung hero, a storyteller. Okay, ultimately, the who matters less than the how, living with intentionality. Lipstick has quite an answer there. Okay, that is much of AI telling us about the icebreaker, but I love the fact that one of them decided to give us what? Give us someone like Leonardo da Vinci. So what do you think? Who gave the best answer? Think about it. So AI want to be resurrected as us humans, which we wish to we could be an AI model. It's interesting. It's interesting if you look at it that way. Yeah, ChatGPT made a very good case, and it wanted to keep me there and ask me and also mirror the question back to me and those kind of things. So it kind of did a better job. But also when I enabled reasoning for DeepSeek, you saw that I wish I could have enabled reasoning before asking the first question, but you can see it was giving a lot of things. I didn't want to like do a lot of prompt, tell us a person and all these different kind of things, just a simple question. And now the time. So ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Gemini, but I know, Sherry, you said you wanted to do cloud or something. I know it could have gone further and use others and maybe even use one that generates images and it maybe could have generated the image of the human it wanted to look like. But something I would ask you, maybe try it out and see whether it has. And the beauty is try it out on something like Bedrock. Bedrock, you can have so many different models. Try it also, if you can't do Bedrock, try with Party Rock. Say, create for me an app that will will have fun with me on icebreakers and see. And even Alexa. So yeah, so that is interesting and seeing how it is. And you can even talk to, it's just that my phone is far away. You can even have a chat with it and have a conversation. I think you should not now, you should no longer be be having loneliness if you are already single, for those are still single. Anyways, that's a story for another day. So I'd like to invite Sherry. I know you have our team here. We have Julie. We have who else is on the call? We have who else is here who's supposed to be here? We have Mishek, but we have Julie and Sherry that I know who are already here, who are our organizers. And before I invite Sherry to bring Willie on to the stage, I'd like to invite Julie to say hi to us so that can hear her voice. We have an amazing team of 3 gens and 3. Yes, Julie. Julie, if you are in a position, and as you plan to do that because you want to save on time, Sherry, please, the stage is yours to invite Willie to come and tell us more about how his career journey, how he got to be the founder of Nairobi AI Community, and how he was able to pull off an amazing, Okay. Yes, Julie, can hear you. Julie, you want to say something? Okay. Sherry, over to you. Over to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Kevin. I can continue admitting people. There's some people I see on the waiting room. As I read
Yeah,
with
yeah,
bio.
sure, sure,
So one
please.
of our speakers today is Willie Macharia, and I hope you all are waiting to learn from him and hear from him. So who's this person? Well, Willie Macharia is a software engineer in Cape Town, South, with over 3 years of professional experience. He specializes in software architecture, infrastructure, and development. Previously, Willie served as a software and cloud engineer at Demo, where he led the creation of the entire cloud backend infrastructure. Wow. He is an active contributor to developer communities, serving as a community leader and tech. Willie is a lead organizer at Nairobi AI, promoting artificial intelligence within Nairobi tech ecosystem, and he has been an AWS community builder for 2 years. So you can all drop a reaction for Willie as he talks to us.
Yeah, so welcome, Willie. Willie, over the stage is yours, and I know you can do. Like it was amazing. Like I met Willie physically for the first time when we were in Las Vegas last year, and this guy is just the life of the party. It's just the life of the party. Willie, over to you.
I hope so.
You are the
Okay.
life of the party. You stop my share.
Good afternoon, good
Let's
evening. Hmm.
afternoon, good evening to you.
Yeah, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. I think someone like Christopher is good morning because he's joining us from Washington. I think this is a global community. Sorry. So my name is Willie Macharia. Like Terry has introduced me, I'm the lead organizer at Nairobi AI Community, and I'm a software engineer. Um, Currently, I lead a team of 6 engineers. So the title is actually software engineering team lead, and I work in the fintech industry based in Cape Town. But I'm originally from Kenya, so mimi ni Mkenya daima. Okay. So first is to congratulate Kevin with his team for starting a new community focusing on artificial intelligence and machine learning in AWS. Last year we managed to attend the AWS reInvent at Las Vegas, and we met a lot of passionate people who are building AI and machine learning workloads, and applications on AWS. And, I think Kevin took a challenge from them and decided, it's time to go and create a community that is solely focused on building AWS and machine learning on, to build a community, to bring expert or even people or enthusiasts who are passionate about AWS and machine learning. We can't deny that, we can't deny the fact that AI is the anthem of the century now. Moving forward, we'll be talking about AI. And I don't know until what time we won't be talking about AI, but I can be able to guarantee you, even if I'm not a prophet, that we are not going to slow down about talking about, AI and all that. So I do believe, the purpose of this community, as I will also tell you about Nairobi AI, is to bring, this everyone, people who are using AI, we call them people who are operationalizing AI. And then we got another team of people who are building AI. These are the engineers, infrastructure. Then we got policymakers. We got people who are worried about what is the safety of AI. We got other people who are working in the governance of it. We got people who are working on ethics of it. So we got, this community of people who are interested in AI, either building, either governing it, either, teaching people, like either, looking at ethics of it and all that. And I do believe, having a community such as this is the best way to go, because you are able to provide a platform, for people to connect, network, and be able to collaborate on everything. So I'm a lead organizer for Nairobi AI, and probably Nairobi AI, we are not much different. The only difference I only see is that at Nairobi AI, we are not specific about any provider. For example, this community I do believe is for AWS, but I do at Nairobi AI, what we do, we bring everything on the table. We bring people from Microsoft, people from DeepSeek, people from everyone, of which I also do believe this community. I'm not sure, but Kevin is going to tell us whether you'll only be focused on AWS alone, or, you'll have an opportunity to bring other communities and other people, who have different, affiliation. At Nairobi AI, I would say, we are 5,000 members right now, and we got a lot of things that we are working together. But one of the best, one of our goals this year is to do collaboration with more and more communities which are focused on AI, like the community that is being launched today. What we believe in is that collaborate, if you want to work faster, you go alone, right? You'll be able to do things alone. You can execute quickly and you can go faster. But if you want to go very, very far, you will have to work with people. You have to collaborate. You have to bring minds together such that you can work on a strategy and such that you can be able, to push forward a long-term, plan. So many people, I did hear Kevin talk about, to give you a brief story about how I came to be, the Nairobi AI lead organizer. And I can say that, I don't, I'm a software engineer, right? So I don't usually, deal a lot with AI in my day-to-day job, but I'm highly interested, in what's happening in the AI industry and machine learning. Back in campus, I used to, I did a project and some research around, using statistical machine learning for, analyzing network logs and all that, it's more of intersection between machine learning and cybersecurity for you to do what we call intrusion detection. And from there, I started becoming very, very interested about this machine learning and AI. And, despite being a software engineer and being, working in that field, I found myself, really interested to bring people together to talk about machine learning and AI, and also to bring experts to share their knowledge with community. So what happened is in March 2020, was it March 2022? Yeah, in March 2022, I went on meetup.com and I found that Nairobi AI community had existed for a long time, but they were inactive for almost 3 years, right? And Meetup was thinking to delete the community from Meetup. And then I saw an opportunity, like why do we lose all these members? Why can't we not continue with the momentum that the community? So I think there is some noise coming. Okay, thank you. So what happened, I decided to take over the community from Meetup. I met the previous organizers. I think most of you know a guy called Gesha, Marvin Gesha. He works at Safaricom and he is a Google developer expert for machine learning, Gemini focus. So I spoke with Marvin. I told him I'll take over the community. And, right now we have gone 3 years, running the community, developing events, developing courses. And this year, I'm very excited to see what we can do together with Kevin and his team, such that we can be able to, increase our impact along a huge range. Like I said, we are not competing, but we are collaborating, because collaboration is what can bring, long-lasting impact. Yeah. The other point I had here is about AWS Community Builder. I'm an AWS Community Builder for 2 years. I think Kevin is also an AWS Community Builder. Yes, he is. So I'm certain about that. So he's a community builder, and what we do at AWS Community Builder program is that we create content. We build communities in different ways. There are people who build communities on YouTube, so they create content via YouTube. There are people who run communities like we do, me and Kevin. There are people who share their knowledge, through technical talks or on Twitter or on Facebook or on LinkedIn. So long as there is an element of community and you're sharing your knowledge, you are helping other builders and other developers, that in itself, we refer that as community building. And then as an AWS, definitely you're sharing your knowledge, that you have learned through AWS and helping other builders to build on the platform. Yeah. So with that much said, I think Kevin and your team, this is the best approach, to collaborate with communities that are focused. And I think, it's only through commitment, and not giving excuses, right? To be able to take this community forward. So thank you so much for inviting me. And I think I saw Grace Ngari here. And Grace Ngari is one of the team members at Nairobi AI. So Grace, thank you so much for joining, this call. And I think, I don't know whether you give her an opportunity to introduce
exactly.
herself.
I wanted to even tell her to say hi to people.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. Don't go away. I have some questions for you. Grace, over to you.
I'm here.
Yeah. Hi, Grace.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I didn't know you're an enigma here also.
It's glad to be here. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome.
Namona hatukuoni. Yes.
I'm not in a position to share my screen at the moment. I to hope to.
We don't want you to share your screen, share your video.
Yeah, not, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much for having me, Grace. So thank you, Willie, for that good overview and showing like you're not an AI engineer or a machine learning expert, but you're a software engineer, but you have this enthusiasm. It's just the same for me. For me, I've like for those who know my personal brand, they know that I'm on cloud development and cybersecurity. But after we went for reInvent and I saw the amount of things that people are capable of doing using AI ML, I saw that it didn't make sense for us to like stay behind. And you asked like, should we only do AWS? No, I know there are some requirements for AWS user groups in terms of what we are supposed to do. But then again, AI is so ubiquitous. You saw like when DeepSeek came in, AWS didn't stay in the back and say, DeepSeek, we are competing with DeepSeek. Every cloud provider was trying to show that you can run DeepSeek from their platform or whatever it is. That shows you that it's about the users. It's about what problem can they be able to get that solution from where, because if you don't give them, they'll go elsewhere. And that should be the case. And I wanted to just ask you a question. You ran an amazing Amazon, I think it was a Bedrock series. Tell us, how was it? How was it running? Like I followed it up and it was like it started out from Party Rock, well laid out. Then you did a 2-part workshop, gave people even AWS workshop access. How was it to do it? Not just from the front end, but the in and outs of organizing such an amazing workshop.
So last year at Nairobi AI, between the month of October, November, December. We ran what we were calling 3-part series, Introduction to AWS Bedrock. And what had happened is that I had run like an in-person workshop here in Cape Town. So those who don't know that Cape Town is one of the AWS, development center. So here there is an AWS development center where they got almost, 600 plus engineers and cloud support engineers. Then there is another place called AWS Skill Center. So AWS Skill Center is usually like an open, you can see it like an open library where you walk in and you get sessions about AWS, you get to study for free, and they help you with your cloud journey and certifications and everything. And in that AWS Skill Center, we usually host some communities event and all that. So what had happened is that I had run, the same workshop to an in-person, community. We did it. We had a turn up of around 90 attendees, and we did that. We did a whole day workshop, and then some follow-ups after that, and it was completed. Then I thought, we have people who might be interested to learn about AWS Bedrock, but they are not in a position to be here in person, but there is obviously online way in which we can bridge that gap. So what ended up happening is that I spoke to the AWS team. They gave us access to AWS workshops. AWS have a platform where they run, workshops and hands-on workshop on how to get started on various things. So they gave me access to that, and me and my team at Nairobi AI, we were able to run it, market it, get people, record it, and all that. So it was very successful, but you can see it as an outcome of collaboration, right? Because through, collaborating with the AWS people, we were able to run a very successful, workshop, both online and in person. And I believe, moving forward, if we want to improve or if we want to increase the impact that we are having in communities, we can only be able to do that through collaboration. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you so much. And I agree with you that that is a lot. And the fact that you're in Cape Town, where this, you can think of it like the heartbeat of AWS in Africa. And I know when the AWS Development Center in Nairobi was being launched, a number of Kenyans decided to move from Cape Town to come to Nairobi and help set up the development center. I know a friend of mine who now is already came back home and decided to do that. So just I think I'd like to now take this opportunity to allow people to ask questions. If you want to ask it live, you can raise your hand and we'll give you an opportunity. If you want, you can put it in the chat. And I'd like to also recognize a very amazing friend of mine called Chi. Chi is just one amazing person that is one of the leaders in AWS User Group Yaoundé, Cameroon. We did together a 12-week AWS Workshops Challenge together with amazing partners, and it was such a huge success. Happy to have you here. Say hi to the people if you can, Chi. Just happy to see you also here. That is the amazing collaborations that we do have.
Greetings, Kevin, and greetings to everyone.
Greetings.
I don't know how you did catch me joining. Hey Willie, long time.
Hello, good and you? Long time?
Yeah. I remember we met last time in I think it was the AWS
Summit in Joburg.
In Joburg, yeah. So
Joburg, yeah.
I'm really excited to be here. It just happened that I kind of messed up with the time zone, so I joined very late. I know I've missed, but I'm glad to be here. And yeah, one thing I quickly learned from what you just said, collaboration is the key. I've been working a lot with Kevin. We've been doing a lot of things together, and we've never seen each other though. So we just since we all have the same vision, we believe in communities, we believe in growth. And I think just that, when you meet someone where you people can engage at that level, I think it's but normal that there's a lot of things you can all do together. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yes, just go. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chi. I like if you want to know, Chi is a very busy guy. He's running, like he's doing his postgraduate program, he's running communities, he's having a day job. Anytime even trying to reach out to him, is like I tell him, you have to have a PA now. You have to have like an AI virtual assistant. I think Willie can help you get something like that. You need to have an AI clone because wow, you guy, you're just amazing. Just happy to be with you. So I don't know, I've not seen any question in the chat and I've not seen anyone raise their hand, but I'd like to ask you, Willie, one question. And I know you're going to be having a reInvent recap or something. How was your experience for reInvent last year? I know we were there together. We did amazing stuff. We met amazing people. But how was it, like in a nutshell? Tell the people. I know you're also going to be telling us some more, maybe virtually, but this is a good opportunity to share about your reInvent experience last year.
Yeah, so like I said, I went to reInvent between December 1 and December 7 in Las Vegas. We were sponsored by AWS. They do have a program called the ABW, or All Builders Welcome. Let me put it on the chart. ABW grant. So, and this grant is open to everyone. Like, it's open to builders across the world. So even if you're there, you're building on AWS, you're welcome to apply for the grant to enable you to attend. They call it the top cloud computing, event in the world. And it's true, you go there, you meet almost 65,000 attendees, moving in between campuses, My experience there was really great, just to get into a room and find people who are running, these big companies. You go there, you meet a whole engineer from Shopify, you meet engineers from, Rhyme, you meet engineers from Uber, you meet engineers from Apple and all that. And, you get a chance in lifetime to be able to talk to them, chat to them, and hear what they're building. The other thing is, I think the big thing for me, from AWS is the network that I created and connected with. Why? In those big events, part of it is actually to go into the areas that you are really interested. Are you interested in serverless? Are you interested in AI? Are you interested in compute? Are you interested in, operationalizing crowd? Are you interested in security of it? There is that part, and you can go to those specific workshops, you can go to those specific sessions, and they can enlighten you. But, to me, what holds dear is the people I meet there, because an event is an event because of the people who are attending there. So when I went to reInvent, my main aim was to connect with people, get to understand what they're building, get to know them, from a personal level, get to, share a meal with them, get to talk to them some of the technical challenges that, we go through every day, and, get a different perspective on, which tools or what they are doing, with everything. For example, in our company, we have been trying to scale, but we realized we couldn't scale at some point properly because we had deployed everything on EC2 instances. Like, we had all our applications running on EC2 instances. And for those who are familiar with AWS or cloud, to scale properly on compute level, you need to have all your services running on, EKS, that is Kubernetes version and all that. Like, using the well-architected framework. So I managed to go to those specific sessions, and I'll be doing like a feedback loop to our engineers to tell them some of the ways that other companies are doing to solve their scaling problem on the crowd. But we have been on that journey. But going there and hearing and coming back and stuff, it's a very great value, for me and also for our company. To the communities, I was able to meet a bunch of community builders, understand what they're building, understand how they build, understand even how they build content. I met one of I think she's called Lucy Cloud, or Land Cloud with Lucy. She's from Australia. And she was there. She ran a big YouTube community, and you could meet her there and chat to her, ask her, what do you use to edit your videos? How do I even came to know she has a team of producing cloud content. So you can imagine, Tech with Lucy. You can check that YouTube community. It's so big. And I think they were hiring an intern the other day to help her with some admin work and stuff. So getting access to these people, to me was very monumental. And, I do believe, if I get another chance to attend the event, I'm not going to be at the same level I was when I attended the first time. Probably I'll go there with the big traction, or I'll go there with So I think that was my experience, just to go back, people getting access to top engineer and top builders and understanding how they are building, and also meeting the Kenyan community. I live in Cape Town for sure, but I come to Kenya, once in a while, and meeting the AWS community in Kenya, members like Kevin, we had Vivian, Ivy, sorry, we had Ivy, we had a group of, were they 7 or 6 engineers from Safaricom who attended the event, and it's good to hear even what they're building, at Safaricom using cloud and AWS. So I do believe it was a great opportunity for sure. Yeah. Oh, and I managed to carry some swag that I have given to some people, and there is a book called, I don't know, The Way to Cloud or something, written by a guy called the one that Tuwe is holding. I managed to carry it and I gave it to one of another member of Nairobi AI Community in Nairobi. So yeah, it was a great experience. I would encourage you guys to continue building on AWS. And when that time comes, go and check that ABW grant, All Builders Welcome grant. I think, let me give you the link. I'll put the link on the chat.
Sure. As you do that, I also actually haven't gotten time to give some. I actually have only, although one is mine, I have 3 books. I actually have 3 amazing books, and I'll maybe one day, one time, from one of our community, I'll give one of the books. But one of mine is so special. It has autographs by Jeff Barr. Jeff Barr even gave me his sticker. This is an amazing sticker by Jeff Barr himself, as well as his builder card. It's like, okay, yeah, this is special builder card and amazing stuff that you cannot. Oh, and I also won this book from the O'Reilly stand. It's called Generative AI on. Okay, let me just see if I can just remove the blur. I don't. Yeah, so something like this. You can see this Generative AI on AWS. People there's a challenge to get us. So amazing stuff. I can't even start counting the stickers. I have awesome stickers. You can see these are just yeah.
I think, Kevin, because this is the launch event, we should give one book to one of the attendees.
Yeah, we can do that. But then again, it will take like something. We can be able to think about that, but you can see somebody needs to prove themselves out. And the only way they can prove themselves out is not in the wedding, it's in the marriage. So we are going to have like with the book up for grabs, we'll have something like a challenge, like content creation, because we want more AWS community builders. Just to mention, I think something that you mentioned, you forgot to mention about AWS community builders is they have a new category called AI engineering. And I think the application for new people ended. We're actually supposed to apply for renewal. I don't know whether really you've done it. I'm still thinking about the content to put out, but I know I'm going to reapply for renewal. Every year you have to apply for renewal. And what I can tell you is between now and December of this year, if you work towards, I think we have amazing people like Pauline, who has been creating a number of amazing YouTube content. Follow these people who are creating content and learn, don't just, there's a difference between an artist listening to another artist perform, because they're not being listening to be entertained. They're listening to know what they can do better on their end. So start creating those technical content. We have this community so that we can amplify your content, and we'll be ready to amplify. And if you're able to do, like, for example, between now and mid of March, we're actually having a reInvent recap, I think on the first week of March. I'm actually having that. I'll come with the book because I'm sure I'm going to be speaking at that reInvent recap, because definitely I went for reInvent. And I'll give the book, I'll give one of the community members one book, then we'll have another in the other quarter. But that definitely I'll have to remain with one, because obviously it is autographed and it's special. So that, and then again, this one will always be available for people to read, to lend out. Like we'll be having it move around, called Gen AI on AWS by O'Reilly. And many other things that, okay, stickers, those are things that always come, and we'll be having more swag. So that said, I think we are only having 7 minutes, and as you realize that you are going to be always keeping on time, starting and finishing on time. There's a question that John Kamanu has for you, Willie. With the rise of AI, what impact does it have to young devs?
Actually, he asked the question on an article that I'm writing, and the article actually says that AI won't replace you, but it will empower you, right? So, like the myth that I wouldn't say it's a myth or it's a misconception, or the thing that, the fact that we remain is that AI is the anthem of the century, and like I said before, it is not going to slow down. It will pick up. I don't think it will pick up. It will actually continue until I don't know when. And the best way you can do as a young engineer is to position yourself and to empower yourself with AI to make sure that your skill set is high. Your skill set is, it's not just the basic, but your skill set has improved in such a way that you can use an AI as a companion and an assistant to help you improve your productivity. For example, those who are software engineers, they know if you want to write a mobile application, let's say like an Android application, there is those, what we call boilerplate code. Like if you're building, for example, if you're building a house, we know those things that are obvious that need to be done for a basic house to come out, even before you start doing enhancement at the end and everything. So AI is going to take those repetitive tasks and those repetitive code and all that, and it's going to generate it for you. But we still need humans, to be able to deploy a full working, solution. For those of you who have worked in enterprise applications, leave not say, small retail applications and all that. We understand that, we live in a reality where software engineers say that legacy systems still run the world, right? Probably your best and favorite bank, they're still running their applications on-prem. They're still running the application on a very old programming language called COBOL. They're still running, some of their heavy applications on mainframes, right? So there is still a long way, for them to go. And the current AI system, they still haven't been able to cross that gap, between all that. But definitely they will be able to do those repetitive tasks quite quickly. You get what I mean? For example, I work in a fintech company. An AI is not able to generate specific code that is needed for specific business application, like the business logic. For example, let's say you're trying to enable a payment scheme, let's say M-Pesa, or let's say Paystack. There is a specific business logic that exists for you to be able to integrate with Paystack or to be able to integrate with M-Pesa. If you go to any AI model and you tell it to generate an M-Pesa SDK application, it can be able to generate, but it's not going to be correct. I can guarantee you that. Why? Because it's not trained on M-Pesa, it's not trained on Paystack, but it can generate that old code or that, for example, if you want to integrate with an API, you need a web service, right? You need an API call. You need to have authentication. You need to have some, validation. You need to have some few stuff. So for those specific, generic stuff, it can be able to generate that for you. And then you will focus more time being able to input all those business validation. For example, M-Pesa limit is this and all that. So if this application was to take you like 2 weeks to build or 3 weeks, it is going to take you like a week now. Why? Because AI is going to take care of all that repetitive code that you need to generate. And then you can focus your mind on that specific part of the application. There is this saying, they say AI are generic, but they are not specific. What does that actually mean? AI, they have been trained to be generic as possible. They haven't been trained to be specific to your use case. Okay. So AI is, and you can see it, and I have done a survey of like 5 software engineers that I work closely with. And we can all agree that AI is a good assistant, but it won't replace you, but definitely it will be. Probably what you can say is that because engineers are going to be more productive, meaning if you needed 10 engineers for a task, probably you'll need 8 or 7 now, because these engineers are going to be more productive, and 3 engineers are probably will not be needed. But there still exists opportunities for engineers. Thank you, Kevin.
Awesome. Thank you much for that. And you've actually put it well, like they are trained to be generic. And there's one thing that I even wrote down: AI will not replace you, it can only empower you. And that is the thing.
Right.
That is the takeaway, if I can be able to take it away from this session, is the only thing that you need to do, because even at this is what we said, you realize that I didn't start with all the gimmicks of this is our mission, this is our vision, this is what we want to do, because those are cliches. The most important thing that you need to do in any community is to impact, to execute. And that is why you'll see me always want to be behind people or even collaborate with people who are action oriented. Why? Because I'll not be the AWS user group leader for AIML Kenya forever. Again, it doesn't matter whether it is not about pride and about these trappings of power. If you see yourself as a community leader and you think you're powerful, then you are mistaken. because as a community leader, you should be the least powerful, and all the power is with your users and your community. And that is how you'll be able to grow and even be more impactful. So any community that supports you and is about collaboration and about bringing knowledge to its members, then definitely that is the community that you should join. Any community that doesn't give opportunities for volunteering, for leading. For example, like when I was sitting down to choose the leaders who are going to be leading this community, I said, I'm not going to like look for the most prominent people doing AWS in Kenya. Nope. I'll definitely choose people who I would say they'd be happy to see the growth. And then again, they'll be ready to challenge, because, you know, there's something about someone who is still in the process. They'll challenge your thinking. They'll say, Kevin, we don't do this these days. This is how we do things, or this I would prefer, and also give that opportunity for people to challenge things and also bring in their fresh ideas. And that is why I'm so happy that we're having Rachel, we're having Sherry, we're having Julie, we're having Mishek, we're having Daniel and myself. But that is just the core leadership. And Julie, our volunteer leader, I don't know whether she's available to say, we are going to having a call for volunteers. And that means that if you can, but don't come if you are thinking that you're going to come here to shine, or you're going to get some sampling packs like AWS credits or certification vouchers. Don't come for those things. If you come for those things, we'll find you out from the very first day. I think my team knows how I keep them on toes on many different things. Like, we sweat the small stuff. We say, this is how it is, what it happens. And that is why I can see we are 2 minutes, but I just ask, please give us 3 more of your minutes, then we'll be done. What I can ask, and I know Willie can be able to see, is that we're going to be looking at ways of collaborating with Nairobi AI Community to launch different things, because I know from the AWS user group perspective, there are a number of packs that can come to members. And one of them, which helps a lot, is AWS credits, because with credits, you're able to tinker with things. You can play around with the models, and without worrying about using your own dollars, if I can say. Another thing is, we are going to have study sessions, and if people are ready enough, we can be able to request for certification vouchers. I'm actually on the journey to do machine learning engineer associate next month, and AI practitioner this month. The AI practitioner one, and the data engineer associate. Then I'm hopeful, but by the end of the year, I'll be having all the machine learning related certifications on AWS. And the reason why I'm doing that, I'm challenging myself, is so that I can be of more value to the community. And I would be happy if you grow in this journey together. And then again, certifications mean nothing if you're not doing the hard things and getting your hands dirty. I think Willie, you are there during the keynote from one of our girls, and it was like you go build, and he was talking about, there was this thing, it was so kind of complicated, and I couldn't even, like, things about engineering and architecture, and I was like, wow, this is how you should be able to think about systems. So now that Sherry has shared with our link tree, it has our WhatsApp community, a WhatsApp group. Please join there. It has our LinkedIn, it has our X, our Instagram. We'll still consider, and also all those platforms are there for you to use it to amplify your content. So we'd be happy for you to start creating content. If you need be, Willie is here. We have very experienced people like Major. They can be able to Pauline, they can be able to support you in terms of making your content more valuable to members. And then again, we are past the age of replicating step-by-step labs and making them blog articles. Don't do that. Show us what your contribution was. Show us the things that made you not sleep at 3 a.m. Tell us these are the things. Show us your journey, and you'll be happy. So David is saying, after doing my CCP, I've decided to volunteer to do some volunteer AWS training to other students at my campus. How can Nairobi AI or the AWS AI community support me on this? Or how can I ensure that the community is more vibrant just started this a few weeks ago. I don't know whether you have a very brief answer, Willie, about this before we close it out.
Yeah, I think let's chat for sure. Just to understand where you need assistance with. We can be able to connect you with our networks, such as the AWS community builders, or if you're in Kenya and probably you're near Dharakanidhi, I've been by to visit you. I don't know.
Definitely, and also Nairobi. And I know David from a very a long while is also in a part of an elite group of people who I avail AWS projects for them to do. So definitely, we'll as Willie has said, let us have a sit down and see what can we do to help you. Where are your members at? Are they at the beginner level? What do they need? And then we'll be able to see how we can use our influence to support and avail maybe resources for anything. I think that is okay.
And I just to add that, I think there is also something called if you start to train people, I think you can look forward at becoming an AWS educator at some point, right? So that's something that someone look forward.
Exactly, like an AWS authorized instructor.
Yeah, instructor who what would I say? Yeah, and you can run, sometimes you can run your paid instructions or programs. I have put the link in the chat, but something else, for people to look at. And probably if you feel, you are very passionate about teaching people about AWS and stuff, yeah.
So I'm just putting up some announcements here so that you just feel that you are closing it out. So here they are. Let me just, they're just 3 of them, but others the team will share on our socials. Please do make sure these are just the only announcements that we do have for today. As first of all, just thank you, Willie, because your insights, like I actually didn't even reach out to Willie directly. I sent one of my team members and I told her, please go reach out to this guy. And I was very sure. I was like 99% sure it's going to come through. And thank you so much for making time on a Saturday evening to just capture your nuggets. So these are our announcements. So we're going to be having our meetups every first Saturday of every month. That is how, like, similarly, like these 1 hour meetups, and we just have like an expert speaker and come and talk to us about the trends in AI ML. There's going to be a call for volunteers on many areas, like whether it is in graphics, in comms, in community building. Like, we want our community to be thriving. We want to be someone who is like thinking about our social media content plan, all these different kind of things. And I know the core team would also want to coordinate with you. We're also going to be having physical sessions in the greater Mount Kenya region, as well as in Nairobi. But for Nairobi, we're going to also be working with the Nairobi user group, and also even collaborating with the Pwani user group if you are going to be getting to the coast and any other area in the country. If you also want, I think I already gotten an invite for another AI info session. Definitely, if you want me to come and speak at your event or participate and support you, please let me know early enough, and I'd be happy to also support you. We're also going to be having study sessions for AWS AI practitioner and machine learning associate. Those are going to be announced. So they're just going to be like 1 hour sessions. We go through some content, we answer some questions, and then we're going to be done. So they're going to be like every 2 weeks or something of that sort, but it depends. It also depends on if there are some people who like to be. And the beauty about it is, after we are done with the study sessions, we're going to be going through the 4-step content plan on AWS Skill Builder. We are going to see whether AWS community, the user group community, will avail for us vouchers for those who are going to successfully complete, and then you can do and pass your certification, just to prove that you can do, you have done it. So those are the 3 announcements that I did have. Thank you so much for giving us 10 more of your minutes. And let me just stop my sharing. Let me also see, I don't know that any of my team members has anything to say. I'd like them to say hi. Where are they? Where are they? I saw them here. I don't want it to be like it's me and me. Sherry has already spoken. We have Rachel on the call. Rachel was the one behind the amazing graphics that you're seeing all out there. Rachel, say hi to the community. Rachel, I don't know if you're in a position to speak.
Hello, Sir Kevin. I'm very sorry, but I'm not in a good place to open my video. But
Okay.
thank you so much for this session. I have been inspired a lot and I'm enjoying working with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Rachel. Rachel is our communications lead. So most of the things that you see out there, just to go through her. She is the boss there. I don't have even any say on anything. And whether there's any other lead who is here apart from Sherry. Julie, did Julie say hi to people? Julie? Maybe you can say hi. Julie? Maybe she's not in a position to unmute. We have Mishek. Mishek is my colleague somewhere. Say hi to people, Mishek.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Hi, everyone. I'm just here. Actually, I joined late, but I end some program which I've already extended with some minutes. But I'm happy that the whole event has been a successful one, and I'm very so much appreciative to our guest Willie because of sharing the many insights that we've been able to get from him. And we really appreciate for your time, and we really wish that even in another event that you may be having, you're very much welcome to share more. Personally, I've also been able to learn quite a lot because I've been able to discover that there's quite a lot that is happening in these communities, and I believe, like Kevin has just said, that okay, that was not during the selection of the members to lead the community. He never considered to choose those that are much experienced. So, like I being one of the new, fresh member, I'm very much willing to learn quite from these communities, and I believe at the end of the day, we will all have learned quite a lot, and to be able to build us in these technological trends that we are having nowadays. And maybe I can just say that we are very much willing to work with you all guys, and we are going to go to some places. Otherwise, thanks so much for giving me the opportunity to say something. Even when I came late, I don't know whether there was that section of introductions, but
Yeah.
okay, I think that's what I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mishik, and I'm really happy that you all are able to come here. And as you can see, we are a team, and feel free, unless if I'm unavailable, just know that I really trust these people, and you can reach out to them at any point in time if you want anything from the community. I would like you to become AWS community builders. Come in 12 months. And trust me, with becoming an AWS community builder, I usually hear people say, no, I cannot do things. Imagine $500 worth of AWS credits every year, one free certification voucher every year, premium access to QA platform every year, all those crazy perks. You can never say you cannot get your hands dirty and make this happen. James, I know we are over time, but I'll just give you an opportunity because, members are our bosses. So James, say hi, and maybe, I don't know what you want to say, James.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Actually, I've just remembered that I was to join a meeting maybe a few minutes ago. Yeah, I thought it was 6 to 7, only to realize that it was 5 to 6.
Yeah.
But I believe, given our history with Kevin and also with Mishek, I know the meeting was awesome, and especially when it comes to AWS, when it comes to the AI. I know that the things that Kevin was saying, there are some things that probably I'll follow up. I'll follow up and make sure I'll follow up so that I may know what was discussed. I'm sorry I missed it all, but maybe next time I'll get to join earlier. Mishek, I hope you do remember me. Mishek is my former lecturer. Kevin is also my former lecturer. So I'm happy to join you all in this journey to the AI and also in the AWS. I'm also doing a lot in the AI sector and also in networking sector. So I'm one of the people also on the background who are maintaining the internet. So thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to the future opportunities that we may see the way forward to this, the AI and everything. We are learning every day. Right now, I'm doing the 30 days challenge of learning AI each and every day, one AI at least per day, and also making sure that we've learned it all. And so today I was dealing with the integral AI. I was trying to create agents using the AI and also seeing how we can collaborate with them. So I'm looking forward to future collaboration, and thank you very much, Kevin, for giving us this opportunity to meet here and also maybe discuss more of the invention or also how we can intervene in the current invention, especially in the AI sector. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, and thank you so much, James, for that. And without taking any more time, I want to thank you so much, and I'll be happy if we can be able to turn on our videos and do a screenshot, our very first group photo in quotes for the AWS AIML user group community, if you are in the position to, so that you're going to highlight. Please, if you can, please turn on your videos. We'll be happy to see your lovely faces. I don't know whether, yes, thank you, wherever you are. Doesn't matter whether you are under a rock or wherever you are, just turn on your video. We want to do this screenshot because this is going to be timeless. You made the very first session of AWS AIML Kenya user group. So I'm just going to take this screenshot for those who are already up here. You're on LinkedIn, you can, and please do share your LinkedIn's. Do share your LinkedIn's on the group and we'll be happy to even tag you. So thank you. I can see all of you. Awesome. Thank you. I can see my colleague Eric from Solavis Tech. Hi, happy to see you, my brother.
Pleasure, Kevin. It's a pleasure.
Awesome. See you. I'd love to see you. Please put on a smile. And I don't know why Rachel is appearing here as a comms lead and not but I can see. Let me just get right to it. Let me just get the screenshot. Let me just face. Okay, there's not. I'm not going to do a second. Let me see if I can do the second page for those who decided to just have their names. Let me just do that. Martha, happy to see you. Okay, let me have Kevin. Yeah, okay, I think we're good to go. And thank you so much. Okay, Ian has decided to add himself. Let me take it to him also. No. Yeah, I can. Let me just do that for that page. I can see some latecomers. You know, those people who just photobomb. They just decide. You know them. You know them. Yeah. Thank you. You can turn off your videos, and I'd like to. I don't know what. Let me send you off with. Like I'm from. You know, I'm from Alex. So so you already know that we always do. We always do this, and I'd like to do this. Let me see. Yeah, you can feel free. Something coming here. Okay. my D just decided to not do things. But let me just do this for the people from Nyanza. See you on the next one. See you next, and please feel free to leave. Bye-bye.
Kuna jambo uotogola turugi banjo hadi ya